Good morning. I remember back in 1987 when I bought my first Valentine's present for Sheila. No, not this actual container, but this perfume in A&A. It cost me an arm and a leg. I think I bought some chocolates as well. Probably a little bit old-fashioned now, but perfume. Today we're following on the story and we've reached Friday and Saturday in the Passion Week of Jesus. And it's the 9th and the 10th day of the month, Nisan. Yesterday we thought of the fact they'd left the city of Jericho and with an excited man, and they head on up to a little village called Bethany, just 2 miles outside Jerusalem, to the home of Mary and Martha. And we get to John chapter 12, an amazing story that goes on there. Now, Jesus loved being there because it's where his friends were, Lazarus and Martha and Mary, these siblings together. They'd opened their home to him, and he loved meals there. Actually, Jesus loves meals. You'll notice that. There's time with Matthew, when he called Matthew, that was with a meal. And then it was with Zacchaeus, that was a meal. Simon the leper had the Passover meal. Resurrection morning on a bonfire on a beach, a meal. And Jesus is there in Bethany, this little village. And it says 6 days before the Passover, Jesus arrived at the home of Lazarus. He'd raised Lazarus from the dead. And a dinner was prepared in Jesus' honor. And Martha served, Lazarus among those who reclined or ate with Jesus. And then it mentions Mary. Now, just got to go back. Really, in the time of Jesus, early in the beginning of Jesus' ministry, we have the story of how he first met them. And that the story of how when Jesus was there sitting, Martha's preparing a meal and she's bothered about it. And Mary is sitting at Jesus' feet, just listening. And Martha's bothered by it. And why don't you get your sister and help me, Jesus? And Jesus says, no, she has chosen the one thing that you really should be concerned about. One thing that is needed, Martha. And Mary's chosen that. And so here we have the story again. And I want you to see, Martha's still serving. She's still got the rolling pin out. In a few, next week, we're going to have a virtual curry with some friends of ours together. I'm going to get my chapati board out and I'm going to make some. Martha's still serving. She's still there. But the service is different. You know, she has made her service her worship. It's her way of thrilling the heart of Jesus, the heart of God in what she's doing. And meanwhile, Mary is also worshipping. Now we've got this excited lady. What does she do? She takes a jar of the most expensive perfume and she pours it on Jesus' feet. And she wipes his feet with her hair. It's a remarkable picture, an intimate picture. And the reaction, I don't know what your reaction was. This is cost 300 denarii. Well, not mine, but hers did. And 300 denarii is our year's wages. So let's say 18, 19, 20,000 pounds poured out. And you can imagine the indignant, the disciple, oh, what a waste, what a waste. But Jesus says, he's doing this in advance. She is preparation for my burial. Now, what's going on in this story? What is so remarkable about that? She gives from the depth of her soul. You know, we often give in response to need, and that's good at this time to think of people who are in need. But we can also give in order to worship. And what we have in Mary is extravagant worship. She gives from the depth of her soul. She's saying, everything I have, all that I am, belongs to you, Jesus. Like that old hymn, take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my silver and my gold. Take my hands, take my feet, take my everything. Mary's saying, Jesus, you are my everything. She's yet to discover exactly what everything will mean. Jesus, you're my everything. She'd look back in weeks, months to come and remember that she'd poured out her heart, but Jesus had poured out his life for her. C.T. Studd, a great missionary to China and to India and to particular Africa, he said these words, if Jesus Christ be God and died for me, then there is no sacrifice too great that I could make for him. I wonder how we respond like Mary. Everything. A song by a friend of mine, Bill Drake, in my years in OM, it goes like this, I'll obey and serve you. I'll obey because I love you. I'll obey, my life is in your hand. For it's the way I prove my love when feelings go away. If it costs me everything, I'll obey. Because we don't always feel it. But we just keep on obeying. What's Jesus saying to you today? What's he saying on this journey? What's he saying about what nudge do you find in your heart and your soul? You can worship him with a rolling pin and flour and chapati. You can revolt by service. You can worship him by perfume. Worship him by pouring out everything and learning to obey him. Enjoy his smile as he sits back and says, "That's my child." God bless you.